Welcome back. Here are the words and response from Miss Angie, thanks to K. Rose trying to throw an earthquake, a tornado, and a typhoon all into 3 people's lives because she didn't like the fact that one person told her she was wild. And so she decided to create a narrative that very much was not the same as reality and throw it out there to see what stuck. So here we go from Miss Angie. Hello, friends and lurkers. I know I said I was done with the Katrina Peterman author K. Rose slander, but the receipt I got is amazing and I need to share it with you all. Now, if you're new here, please read my post from March 18th about all the lies that she has told regarding another event host and myself, plus her claim to have TPOs against me and 2 other people. In my post, you will see all the information I gathered when I spoke with the circuit clerk in her county. We did a lot of what ifs, and she said, no, this is how it works with TPOs. Remember, if you still believe K. Rose, go to wicourts.gov and search for Angie's name and Katrina Peterman's name. There's nothing. After I shared all the information, Katrina is still insisting I don't know what I'm talking about, and she does, in fact, have 3 TPOs that have not been served. Right. Let's continue with the new receipts, shall we? Link here to catch everybody up. She had a link to her original post. What I didn't mention last time is that when I spoke with the circuit clerk, I asked if they could send me a letter on letterhead stating that Katrina Peterman does not have any TPOs. They said sure. They told me what they needed and to include a $6.25 check. I ran that letter and the check to the post office that day. Then I have been waiting for this letter. So imagine my shock when I got a letter from the sheriff's department in her county. I was like, huh? So I opened it and there is a letter and a daily report log from the police officer that spoke with Katrina Peterman. Yep, guys, she didn't lie about that. She did go to the police station. The letter is attached and it states they redacted any addresses from people on the police report to protect their identities, which she agrees with. I mean, I redacted my address from the letter. The letter states that once the public record is deemed safe to a person who inquires about it, they send it. Anybody catch that? Because they sent her the copy of this. So they have deemed Angie safe. Now, to the fun stuff. Let's look at CAD Activity Detail Report 26-007019. Shall we? I took a picture of the whole report and then took pictures in segments so you could see it all. Of course, I attached that as well. I am going to start by stating that I did not, nor did anyone in February, call her any of the names she said we called her. I called her a liar and wild as fuck, due to her wild, slanderous statements about me and my event. I am in no way saying she may not have gotten very negative names, but given her track record for not telling the truth, I'll leave that up to you to decide. So, it states that at 10:18 a.m., Katrina went to the lobby of the police department claiming that people were writing negative reviews and wanted to get a restraining order. Negative reviews? I thought she was getting threats. Wouldn't you lead with that if you actually got them? Let's move on. Let's put a pin in that and I'll talk about it in a bit. God, Angie, I love you. The officer was dispatched to speak with her at 10:54. It was Officer Beep, not putting him out there. He finished his conversation with her at 11:03. 9 minutes later. Catch that? Oh, Angie already says that. He was with her for a whole 9 minutes. Officer T notes state that she claimed we were going to boycott her events and her work. She then stated she was scared we would continue this behavior at her event. Let me add that I was at an event with Katrina after the stunt she pulled, handing out cards at my event, and I walked by her. I have the right to visit who I want and who I don't. I was an adult and just walked by. So if that constitutes a boycott, I guess I did, along with anyone else who passed her table. Anyway, let's get back to Officer T and his notes. shall we? He advised her that while the comments she claimed we made may have an adverse effect on her business, they are not criminal. He also said they do not restrict free speech. He ended the report with nothing to follow. Now, let's talk about the threats she said she received. I know why she didn't mention that to him. They don't exist. And if she lies, then she gets into, what was that? Yeah, legal trouble. So, all this time she's lied. Full stop. She never talked to a detective. She did talk to a policeman who said there was no case, and of course, she never saw a judge to get any protective orders. Again, I know she won't retract her statement about Sass or me, so the wisest course for her is to delete those comments. I won't ask for an apology because I know that won't happen. Luckily for me, I was able to go ahead and get all those screenshots before she could go delete them. And because I'm not a snake and I will let people see what I'm saying, I will promise to also tag her in this video and give her an opportunity to entertain us with some more of her stories. Or set the record more crooked than it already is. Let's find out.